Welcome to Beating Study Boredom, a trio presentation by Aaron Winger. Studying can be tough, whether it's by yourself or if you're in a classroom setting. There's no way around it. No matter what, if you're going to school, you have to study. The question is, how do you do it without getting bored? There's a few roadblocks that we come up with when we go to study. We have friends, work, Netflix, eating, working out, social events, calling grandma, calling other people's grandma, organizing your closet, clawing a cat, dental work, petting a lion wearing meat-flavored gloves, or anything else that's just not called studying is way more fun than studying, and we use it as excuses to not study. The next question is how to study. You can go over your notes, which is always a great thing to do. But did you hear everything? Was there a day that you missed because of sports or something else? So maybe your notes aren't best. Of course, you can go and reread the chapter, which is very valid because there's going to be a lot of case studies in there, graphs and charts that you're going to want to learn and understand very well for the next test. So this is still a very good idea. Another option is to go back and look at old homework, old labs, whatever it is you've turned in. But remember, if you got a grade lower than an A- on that might not be the best study guide for you. Of course, there's always the good old internet. There is anything on everything out there on the World Wide Web, but you have to question who posted it. Is some crazy post genie? So how can you make it fun? My bad. Take that down. There we go. Fun. Today we're going to figure out how to turn a few of those challenges into opportunities. Friends mean fun. Since you've come to campus here, you've met so many new people, individuals from all over the nation, some even from different places of the world you never thought you'd have anything in common with. Well, now we're going to start finding those people that we've met in new student orientation, we've met in class and other events, and create study tables with them. Find out what you know, what they know, and how your common knowledge can make a stronger test environment. You can also play games with them like Jeopardy! Very simple. Write some questions on a card. Answer it just in the same style as you would on the popular television game show. Another thing you can do is play Monopoly. Rank the card in the question from points 2 to 12. If you get it right, that's how many spaces you move. If you get it wrong, you stay exactly where you are. Nice little fun game, and it kind of distracts you from studying a little bit. The other option is something you can do in class or with a bigger group of people. A snowball fight. Basically, write a question on a piece of paper. Throw it all around the classroom for a minute, 2 minutes, just to have fun whipping paper at each other. Open it up at the end of 2 minutes, and you answer the questions. Individuals who get it right, move on. Individuals who don't, sit out. The next roadblock we all face is leisure time. How many times you said, I'm only going to go there for a half hour, I'm only going to go there for an hour, and it turned into 2, 3, or longer. By the time you got home, there's just no energy to study. Well, take those cards that you use for Monopoly or Jeopardy, and instead of point totals, write minutes on them. Each question you answer gets you a certain amount of minutes within your bucket. After you've studied, you see how many minutes you have at the end of it. Whatever you've earned, that's how much time you get to spend during that leisurely event. But number one, you have to study first, and number two, you have to stick strictly to what you've earned. Documentaries. Who doesn't love watching TV? Who gets bored, needs a break once in a while from looking at the books? Documentaries can give you a real great opportunity to learn as you relax. There's literally documentaries on everything. There's even documentaries on making documentaries. But you have to be careful. Some of them are very opinionated, and some are a little off skew from what you'd find in your books. So be careful, check your sources, make sure they're relevant to what you're studying. Another fun trick is the time memorization of a timeline to your personal timeline. I do that with my daily routine on certain things I have to remember to create a story. For instance, the first thing I do in the morning is take a shower with my George Washington shower curtain. Next thing I do is get dressed up. John Adams was your second president of the United States. P.S. Women did not have purple hair in 1797. So after you get dressed, you want to grab a little bite to eat. Who else than one of the smartest men ever in the country? Thomas Jefferson. Hint, he was the third president and not the second, so don't pay attention to the $2 bill on this one. And finally, before you leave, you brush your teeth, just like James Madison, the fourth president of the United States. So how can TRIO help you? Well, TRIO has books available for so many topics. We offer flashcards and test-specific books for almost any major post-college professional test out there. So if there's a board that you need to study for or grad school you need to get into, come see us and we'll help you check out some of our amazing resources that we have for you, plus find out test dates and everything else. Trio works if you work it. So make sure you stick to your appointments with your success advisors. Now, to make it better, you have to make it fun. Grab those friends of yours from class, from new student organization, and everything else. They will help you study. You will help them study. Build success together. Make a game out of it. If you have fun, you're energized. That allows you to study a little bit longer. But don't overstudy, because you'll forget quite a bit more than you learn. Tie successful study time to activities. Build up the time you get to spend doing the fun things that is not involved in studying. Another thing you want to do is make sure you take the time to entertain yourself. But you can still entertain yourself while educating yourself. So check with your instructor for relevant documentaries. Finally, tie timeline items to your daily routine. It's simple, it's easy to remember, and when you get stuck on something, you can go back throughout your day. What do I do first, second, third, fourth, and so on. That way you can easily remember what you're doing. I'm Aaron Winger for Trio. Thank you once again for tuning in.